Are you hungry? I already know you are. So welcome to the Live Creative Kitchen, where we have two simple rules. Eat, live good. I'm Liv, I'm good. So at least one of them rules already taken care of for you. So sit on down, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned. So today we are making banana bread muffins. I had some bananas just hanging on my little fruit stand, getting brown as can be. Browner than I am. Brown. And I just looked at them. Poor little banana. 1, 2, and 3. Just brown spots. And I knew in my heart of hearts that no one was gonna eat them. No one. So I said, you know what? We're gonna do something with you bananas because you're about to go bad. And I'm not gonna let that happen to y'all. We're gonna make banana bread muffins. And you know what? I hate when food goes bad in my kitchen. Like, I hate when leftovers gotta get thrown away. I hate when food goes bad before I get a chance to eat it. And it's not because people are hungry in this world. It's because I didn't get to eat. That sounds greedy. But you know what? All heroes don't wear capes. What? You can fight me on that one. I don't even eat bananas, y'all. Yellow, brown, green, I don't eat them. If it was a plantain and it was green, different story, but that's a different video. You gotta come back for that. Come on back. Anyway, we're making muffins and we're gonna be using the muffin method. I know, right? Like who? Boom, muffin method. It's time for the muffin method. It's time for the muffin method. That's right, I'm dancing for food. You see it. So what is the muffin method? The muffin method is when you mix all your dry ingredients, your flours, your powders, your sodas, salt, dry, in a bowl, sitting there chilling, dry, dusty, parched. Then you're gonna get another bowl. That's where your milk, your eggs, your sugar. Now, I know what you're thinking, but sugar ain't wet. I didn't make these rules, y'all. I didn't make them. This is just what we do. Sugar's gonna go in with the wet. I know why. Here we go. About to blow your mind. Sugar needs to go in with the wet so it can dissolve. Boom. Boom. There you go. You're welcome. Now you understand. That's why even though sugar is dry, it's going in the wet. You're welcome. You don't gotta tell nobody. You just hit the subscribe button. That's your payment. That's all. You get that for free. I get it up for free. So then when you're ready to make it, your wet's all mixed, your dry's all mixed, you're gonna put your dry in your wet. Boom. Muffins ready to go. To make our muffins rise, we got our baking soda, our baking powder, and that's what's gonna make this thing shake. So let's go ahead and get into it. Exhibit A, yellow banana. Exhibit B, banana, browner than me. This banana is good for your everyday use. This banana is good for things that need some natural sugar. Your smoothies, your breads, your cookies without flour in it, your pancakes without flour. This is your guy, this is your friend. He wants to be used. So remember, brown bananas matter. Here is a quick rundown of our ingredients. I read a few different recipes and decided to just kind of freestyle a little bit, not too far. Baking is a certain balance and ratio of all things, so I didn't want to go too crazy. I have 4 overripe bananas that I mashed with a fork. I have half a cup of granulated white sugar, half a cup of light brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1 1/3 stick of butter, 2 cups of flour. Then I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. You always need a little bit of salt to counter the sweetness. It really brings it all together. You don't want nothing just too sweet and boring. That's nasty. We're going to be putting everything wet together with our bananas and our sugar. So far I have put in my 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda. Please be careful. Don't mix up your tablespoon for your teaspoon. TSP is very different than the TBSP, and it will ruin your recipe if you mess those 2 up. When it comes down to baking soda, if it's like vanilla, go crazy. But don't do it with baking soda, baking powder, salt. That's a surefire way to ruin your recipe. We're gonna go in a teaspoon of salt. and a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm not gonna get all technical on you for the difference between soda and powder, but just know that they're chemical leaveners and they're the chemicals that will make our muffins rise versus using air or steam, like in a biscuit when you use the butter. Instead, we're gonna use the baking powder and baking soda to help our muffins rise and get cute and pretty when everything's all said and done. So this is our dry. We're gonna set that aside and work on our wets. So like I said, I already mashed my bananas. You can see that they were super ripe. I got some banana juice collecting in the bowl there. That sounds delicious. If I was in class, I might break my egg into a separate container to avoid shells, but I'm not in class. I'm gonna make sure to get my eggs incorporated and mixed in. I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar. That's my light brown sugar, that was half a cup. My granulated white sugar, half a cup. And my 10 ounces. Sorry, 10 tablespoons or 1 1/4 stick of butter. So this is our wet mixture. We're gonna combine this together. You don't have to be worried or concerned about it being perfectly smooth because you want the little banana chunks for the banana fans who are gonna eat your banana muffins. So if you're like me and making it for somebody, don't worry, they'll enjoy it, the chunks. It'll bake right in. But we do wanna get the brown sugar chunks. That might not be so pleasant. Now we're going to sift in our dry ingredients. Now, sure, could you skip sifting? Absolutely. Do people skip sifting at home? Absolutely. Is it kind of fun to sift? Absolutely. So, you know, if you don't have a sifter, don't sift it. If you have a sifter, just come on, feel fancy. Look how satisfying that is. I apologize for these shadows. But just know, this is a satisfying experience, sifting our flour, getting a nice, pillowy, dry incorporation. So we're gonna stir this just till combined. We don't need to over mix it. We're not making a bread. So my professor in Intro to Baking said when you're making a muffin, you want the consistency to be a very thick porridge. We've got that. So now we're ready to go. Into the muffin tins and into the oven. Today I'm gonna be using muffin tins or cupcake tins just so I don't have to clean up the pan. So cleaning reasons, because I'm not about the dishes. I like to avoid dishes at all costs. So I'm gonna line them with that first. I'm gonna first go in with this mixture that I have, and I'm gonna fill each tin 3/4 of the way because they're going to rise and I don't want them to overflow. If you find that when you try to incorporate like a blueberry or craisins or your chocolate chips into your muffins and you feel like they're always falling to the bottom, something you could do is shake them in a little bit of flour so that they have a little flour coating, and that'll help them stop sinking to the bottom in your batters. That's a little trick that I got in culinary school. When you want to add your berries and you're like, why do they keep falling to the bottom? They just need a little flour. Little flour dusted over top of them before you incorporate them in will help them stay afloat. Now, did I do that here? No, I did not. I didn't think my chocolate chips were going to fall to the bottom. I'm going to just pop some chocolate chips on top for garnish to make them look cute. The regular banana ones. I was gonna do a streusel, but I decided not to because I don't think my father likes cinnamon as much as I do. And these aren't for me. So into the oven these go. We're going to put them in for 15 minutes or less. We're not going to poke them with a toothpick. Instead, we're going to just kind of poke them. And if they bounce back, they're good to go. All right, muffins are done. Now, were they in the oven 15 minutes? I don't know. So don't go nowhere. If you're making these, stay close by your oven. Okay, so we have a special guest, a taster, if you will, since I don't eat bananas. And I'm not a good judge of if they're good or not. My father, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if it looks moist. Okay, it's all right.
Delicious.
It's all right. Well, you heard it. It's delicious. He's happy. He has a plate full that he's not sharing.
I'm going to share a few.
Oh, he's going to share a few, one or two.
I just need some milk now to accompany this deliciousness.
So it's sweet enough.
It's sweet enough.
Moist.
Moist. Look how moist it is.
I don't know if you could catch all the moistness, but he's happy. So again, make sure you click subscribe. And we know you're still hungry, so come on back to Live Creative Kitchen.
Get your own.